Hey you guys, my name is Mara Sullivan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about planting seeds for the end of 2025. I know that it might sound weird to start thinking about December right now. When I'm recording this, it is the end of March, and so we are at the end of the first quarter of the year, and December might seem very far away, but I promise you, before we know it, we are all going to start seeing those posts on social media, the posts that are like, we got 3 weeks left in the year. How are you going to maximize the rest of your time? How are you going to end this year on a good note? And so before all of that happens, and I don't want it to sneak up on you, I want you to evaluate where you already are in the year, the progress that you've already made this year. I want you to get out your vision board. I want you to get out your resolutions list, dust it off, and have a little meeting with yourself, a little life audit, and really hone in on what you've already done this year and the things that you need to put in place, the systems that you need to set up, the habits, the routines, the conversation you need to have with yourself to hit all of the goals that you want to hit for this year. This video is one in a whole series that I'm doing on here called It's a Spring Thing. I'm taking the themes of spring and I am applying them to our lives, and I'm doing a ton of videos on the different themes of this season. This video being planting the seeds. There's nothing more spring than gardening, than planting, than flowers. And so this is the perfect theme to apply to your life from spring, that you can apply to your life right now for the rest of this year. And so, like I said, it's very important to not let the year get away from you, not let time sneak up on you. The number one way to track your progress, to evaluate where you are, is to think about the last 3 months of this year, January, February, March, and see where you have spent the majority of your time and your money. Nothing else is going to be such significant markers for your life and for the things you've already done and how you're spending, where your values are, where you have placed your priorities so far this year. No two things are going to be bigger markers for where, like I said, what you've already done this year, then knowing where you've spent your time so far and where you have spent your money so far. So really think about January, February, March. Think about where you've spent your time, where you've spent your money, and going into the second quarter of the year, which starts in April, where do you want to make some changes to where you've spent your time and where you've spent your money? And I know that we all have at least one thing that we can, you know, change about an area of our life when it comes to time, when it comes to money. Most people, when it comes to New Year's resolutions, the focus is always on money and it's on health or weight loss. And so if your resolutions fall under either of those categories, act accordingly. Think about the end of December. I want you to put yourself it on New Year's Eve. I want you to visualize yourself New Year's Eve, December 2025. What do you want to have done? What are the things that you want to have been reflecting on, and act accordingly? What are the memories that you want to have made? What are the goals that you want to have accomplished? What do you need to do starting right now? I don't want you to just listen to this video. I want you to apply the things that I'm saying to your life right now, which means I want you to take action. What are the things that you need to do to make sure that you stay on track to end this year on a positive note? I feel like the end of the year, so many times, we get to December and there's so much negativity around the end of the year every single year for most people. Most people hone in on, the things that they didn't do, the mistakes that they've made, the situations and circumstances that happened throughout the year that were out of their control, that they used, that may have set them back. I want you to make sure that you are not using excuses and that you are not blaming other people, outside circumstances, outside situations for why you haven't achieved the goals that you want to achieve. You have to eliminate distraction. You have to stay focused. I want you to use someone who you admire from your life, or admire, you know, fictional character. That's mine. We're about to talk about Harvey Specter. But I want you to really get someone in your mind for you who, you know, you that really motivates you basically. So who is, whether they're a real person or a fictional character, I need you to, put them in the forefront of your mind and use them to motivate you. My person is the one and only Harvey Specter. If you have never seen the show Suits, it is the perfect binge show. Like it's an incredible show. I don't think there's no character, no TV character that I can think of that even compares to Harvey Specter. He's so inspirational for me. He's so motivational for me. One thing that we can all take from Harvey's life, whether you've seen the show or not, I'm just going to talk about him and you can, go check him out in your free time. But my favorite thing about Harvey is that he focuses on one thing. And so he keeps the main thing the main thing. Harvey has one goal throughout the entire, I think it might be like 9 seasons of Suits. His only goal in with his everything that he does in his entire life is to win. Harvey has one thing and he keeps the main thing the main thing. Almost every single episode, his motto is just I win. That's what I do. He, is the his focus is on being the best closer in New York City, and that is where he focuses. That's what he prioritizes. That is his only mindset. It's like having a one-track mind. He's able to block out all circumstances, all situations, not let his personal life really affect too much his work life. Like he just keeps the main thing the main thing. So think about, one, get your own fictional character in your head, or you can use Harvey like I use him, you know, to apply things I've learned from just his character to my own life. Keep the main thing the main thing. If you don't know what your number one priority is, you're going to be, just doing you you're just going to be doing things every single day without intention. So you have to be very intentional about why you are doing the things that you're doing on a daily basis. In addition to keeping the main thing and having that one overall goal with winning, Harvey also trusts himself. So he never lets the times where he doesn't win, that never affects his confidence. He just keeps working until he wins again. Like, you have to trust yourself. That's something that most people do not do. Harvey, like I said earlier in the video, also does not let anything distract him. He stays very, 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 very focused, and you have to eliminate distractions. You have to tune out outside noise. Harvey is a master at listening to himself. He is a master at trusting himself. And again, that's what most people don't do. Most people don't have that confidence and just that inner strength and that fire, within themselves to live the life that they want to live. A lot of people are just open to all the opinions of other people. A lot of people get distracted by like outside circumstances. Again, Harvey is just super intuitive. He's very self-oriented, for good or for better or for worse. He is very self like oriented. Everything about him he is in his own world and it works for him. And there's just a certain confidence that comes with having that winning mindset, but also keeping the promises that you make to yourself. One of my favorite things about Harvey is that his confidence is not that cocky because he is that good. He's worked to be as good of a lawyer as he is. And so his confidence comes from keeping the promises that he made to himself. And so that's that famous Ed Milet quote, that confidence is built from keeping the promises that you make to yourself. All of Harvey's confidence, all of his, success, his work ethic, you know, how fine he is because he is like goals. I love him so much. But everything about him is because it's a result of the things that he has worked for. He's very disciplined. In the episodes, it shows him working out. He boxes. He takes his health pretty seriously. Besides, he eats a bagel every single day on the show. But you know what I mean? Like, he wakes up before everyone else. He gets to the office before everyone else. He works out. Again, he just has that confidence in himself that comes from nothing but himself. Like, he's not seeking outside validation. He's not always turning to other people for their opinion. He trusts his gut, he trusts his instincts, and he does what he wants to do. Again, for better or for worse, but most of the time, the majority of the time it works out for him. So this is just your reminder to start trusting your gut, trust yourself, and build the confidence within yourself so that you will not be someone who lets or is always looking to other people for opinions and for, outside advice. I'm so glad you're watching this video, but I want you to, take what I'm saying, take anything I'm saying that resonates with you, apply that to your life, and just leave what doesn't resonate. Not everything everyone says, including the things that I say, nothing is Bible. And so you have to remember to, at the end of the day, live according to your voice, live according to the things that you want to do, and just your own intuition, your own guidance, and really, really start trusting yourself and start getting to know yourself. So think about, like I said, Harvey's number one motto throughout the entire show is I win. Think about a theme or a motto that you can apply to your own life that's specific to you and to the things that you want to accomplish and the life that you want to live. What is your own theme? What is your motto? For me, it is navigating life's shit gracefully. All of my content, everything that I, put out, everything that I just do on a daily basis revolves under that umbrella of navigating life's shit gracefully as I can. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm very passionate about helping other people. Even if it's just one other person who sees this, I'm passionate about helping other people to go through hard things with a little bit of ease, being unbothered, in a more having more of a peaceful life is like the number one thing that I'm very, very, very passionate about, because it's the number one thing that has changed my life. Is being less reactive, is has been being getting very quiet, has been tuning out outside noise and distractions, and just living life more simply and minimally. All of those things have, changed my entire life. And so that is why I share, make videos and do my podcast and just share my story and share all of these things that have helped me. Hopefully they can help one other person out there. So that is what I am extremely passionate about, is navigating hard things gracefully, or SHIT, as gracefully as possible. Again, I'm not perfect at this, but I have found a lot of ways and a lot of different things that have helped me to, like I said, just be less reactive, have a lot more calm and peaceful approach to life, and especially to devastating, tragic, hard, really difficult things that we go through in life every single day and on a daily basis. So figure out the thing that you're passionate about, the thing that gets you motivated, and apply, like, have that overall theme be, your focus, and make sure that you keep the main thing. Harvey's thing is I win. Figure out what your motto, your saying is, and do everything from that one theme, from that one motto. It's going to help to keep you focused. It's going to help you with your priorities. It's going to help you to eliminate distractions. And it's also going to help you, like I said, to just listen to yourself and to your own gut, to your own intuition when it comes to making decisions, and just, you know, every single thing that you do on a daily basis. All of the choices that you have to make are going to come from your own, inner voice and your own motto, theme, vision for your life. Getting ahead in 2025 and just being successful in life in general, as well as being successful in December of this year when we get to the end of the year. One of the only ways to do that is to do what other people will not do. And so you really have to, have the mindset of, you're going to make whatever you wanted to make in the beginning of this year, you're going to make that happen no matter what. And a lot of people, have a mindset of giving up when the going gets tough. And you have to be one of the people that just won't take no for an answer, that are not going to do that. I love the quote that, what is it? Winners are failures who just didn't give up, or winners are failures that just tried one more time. It's so true. Every single person who is successful was told no. Every single person who is successful failed. Every single person who is now successful, wealthy, living a great life, had to go through obstacles along the way. If you read the stories of anyone who has made it in this world, you're going to see a long list and a long history of failures, of hardship, of them being told no, of rejection. And so the people who succeed are just people who don't give up. It is that simple. Consistency is the key to getting every single thing that you want. We all know by now that the richest people in the world are not the smartest people, okay? We all know that, but they are the people who just straight up do not give up. It is that simple. Success is that simple. A lot of us make life so much harder than it is. And I know that having stick to itiveness, I know that um, having to keep going when nothing looks like it's working out for you is extremely hard. I know because I'm speaking from experience, but you have to enjoy the process. Like there's so much fun in the process. There's so much fun in the journey. Life, we all know, is a journey. But just again, the most successful people are the ones who just straight up don't give up. They don't take no for an answer. They're comfortable with failure, they're comfortable with rejection, they're comfortable with things taking time. Most people, the only thing that separates the good from the great is not giving up when things get hard. Is that simple. Either you want what you want bad enough or you don't. Having a why, a very strong why, is also going to help keep you motivated when you don't feel like it. Like I said before, I'm extremely passionate about helping people to navigate hard things in life with as much ease and as much comfort and as much peace as possible. That is my why. That is something I'm extremely passionate about. Like I said, these are things that have changed my life and that I know can help at least one other person who sees this or comes across my content. And so you have to know your why and why you are doing the things that you're doing. Because even when you love to do something, you're not always going to feel like it. But when it comes to YouTube and to doing my podcast, I love creating content, but I work pretty much 7 days a week, most weeks. Today actually is the only day I've had off in a very long time. But I know that I want to create content in my free time as much as possible. And so, time management is also going to be something that you really need to hone in on when you are going after your goals and trying to achieve everything that you want to achieve this year. You need to focus on your time management. You need to implement things that help you to stay on track. Time blocking does work for most people. If you are someone who tends to not be able to focus on one thing at a time, I want you to try time blocking. It's just telling yourself, making a physical schedule. I'm a pen and paper girl, but you can do this in Google Calendar or any other, planning calendar apps that you use. But just put in your schedule, from this time to this time I do this, from this time to this time I do this, and it'll help to keep you focused. For me, I use timers more than anything else. I literally just set timers for anything I want to do, and I just get it done in that amount of time. And a lot of times things don't take as long as you think that they will take. A lot of things are just built up in our heads. A lot of us talk ourselves out of doing so many things. Do not let yourself talk yourself out of hitting your goals this year and achieving the things that you want to achieve. Time management is so, so, so important. And again, you have to do things when you do not feel like it. This was my only day off this week, like I said before, and I did let myself rest. I highly encourage you to take care of yourself, let yourself rest, give yourself a break. I didn't get out of bed until, honestly, guys, I didn't get out of bed until like 1 p.m. this afternoon. And I deserve to do that. I deserve to sleep in. But when I did get up, I knew what my focus was. I knew what my priorities were for the day. I do still have free time today. And so I know in my free time, I always want to create content. If I'm not doing YouTube, I'm doing my podcast. And vice versa. So it's always one or the other, because right now, creating content is a priority for me and I do it in my free time as much as possible. But I also prioritize rest. And so that today, that meant sleeping in, letting myself catch up on rest, letting myself get some sleep so that I had the energy to record this video today. And so it's also important to remember when it comes to time that every day does not look the same. You have to figure out a pace that works for you. And also know that things are going to happen for you no matter what, but you have to put in that time. I think like the pace or the rate at which it happens is up to you. But when you really, really want something, I'm just a believer that it's going to happen for you as long as you're putting the work in, um, no matter what. When you want something bad enough, you have to get it. Like you really do. But it's also so important to remember to work for it, to sacrifice for it, find little ways to make whatever goals you want for yourself, find ways to make that happen. And, co-partner with God, with the universe, with whoever you believe or whatever you believe in that's bigger than you. Let them do the rest, but make sure that you are putting in the work too. And, leaving the rest up to the divine to, help you and assist you with what happens. But you gotta give the universe or God something to work with, you know what I mean? So just make sure you are putting in some effort or as much effort as you can when you can every single day. I love Lauren Bostic has this saying, like, do something every day that just moves the needle forward. I know that burnout is a real thing. I know that it's very easy to get overwhelmed. Again, I'm someone who works 7 days a week, and I also love creating content. I know that time itself is not easy. So you have to just do something every single day, even if it's something small that moves the needle forward, whatever that looks like for you. If it's saving money, it's telling yourself no to something that you wanted to buy that day, or it's canceling a certain subscription, or it's downsizing in one way. Whatever it is that looks like for you that's going to get you closer towards your goal. If it's health, even if you don't make it to the gym that day, doing laps around your room, like just being on your feet as much as possible throughout the day, doing something. Again, just it's not about what time you do it or how or when you do it. It's about doing it at all. So just make sure that you are giving yourself grace, but that you also know that just because something isn't happening in a specific way at a specific time doesn't mean that it can't happen at all. I'm recording this now at 6 p.m. I definitely enjoy recording in the morning a lot more, but the point is that I'm filming. Like that filming is the goal. So it's not filming at 5 a.m. in the morning or at a more ideal time. At the end of the day, I want to record a video. I'm going to record a video no matter what time of day it happens. And so just make sure you're approaching, having that same mindset when it comes to your goals, that it's okay if it doesn't happen exactly when and how I want it to happen. The point is that it happens at all. And so you need to do everything in your power to make it happen. The last thing I'm going to say is to think about what you want to be remembered for. I know it sounds morbid, but it goes back to having a strong why. And either you want things to happen for you or you don't. Either you want to do something or you don't. Either you want to come become a certain person or you don't. And so either you want it or you don't. What are the things that you want to be remembered for? What are the things that you want to be known for? And living your life according to that is going to help you to stay motivated and to stay consistent when you want to give up. Because at the end of the day, all of us are just living life, with the intention of, at the end of the day, all of us are going to be remembered for something. What do you want to be remembered for? And I think that's a really good, place to start if you are someone who is, feeling all over the place or feeling defeated or feeling burnt out. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be known for? And just act accordingly. I hope that you guys got something from this video. If you got at least one takeaway, please comment it down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Go check out the other videos in this series. Also, let me know any fictional character or person in real life who you get an inspiration or motivation from. Comment down below. If you are also a fan of Suits or of Harvey Specter in general, please let me know. I love that man so freaking much. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.